Hey all, this is System Shark, and you're listening to a fabulous audio commentary by Priest, you silly goose you. Copyrighted 2008, WCReplays.com.
Hey, what's up guys, this is Priest with my number 2 audio commentary for WCReplays.com. This audio has been copyrighted 2008 by WCReplays.com, so don't go stealing it, or me and Lotto will come to your house and kick you in the face and steal all your babies, so you better not steal this. Anywho, let's get this replay. Pause at the 15-second mark. My point of view, 1x speed, 15-second mark. This game will be going over human versus orc on no wood. Personally, on this map versus orc, it's probably one of my worst matchups and my worst maps ever since I started playing this game, maybe 4.5 years ago. You know, I always hated this map. I've never liked it in any patch. It didn't matter what matchup. I hated it. So this is why I'm doing an audio on it, because I actually won a game on it. I mean, granted that human has a lot of possibilities on this map with like expoing and stuff, but I mean, if they have to get like literally like 100% best position, and they have to get some lucky things going their way, with like, you know, letting like with their hero surviving and stuff, you really lose your hero a lot on this map just because of what orc can do and how they can creep. Obviously, I mean, it's not a surprise that, you know, maps with a lot of shops and maps with fountains, or even 2 fountains, aka Secret Valley, is a orc map. I'm not saying that, you know, once you race up versus orc on these maps, that's like, it's good game, you should just all QQ, or you really shouldn't feel bad about the matchup like once you see the load screen, because I mean, yeah, he has advantages, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's not gonna. The whole point of him having an advantage isn't why you're gonna lose or why you're gonna win. In my opinion, if you're versing a race that has an advantage on the map that you're playing on, then you pretty much just have to, you know, try and play the race to your advantage as well. Like humans can do on this map. Also, they can get boots on this map since there are 4 shops, which is one of the reasons that I've been noticing a lot when I play orc on this map now. I've actually been playing a little bit better because, you know, it's not like Echo Wilds where there's only 1 shop where Blade Master's gonna get boots before you. Like on this map, there's 4 shops, like I keep saying, and you know that's 4 boots he can get. Also, Blade Master can buy like, you know, circlets from all the shops, and like he can creep the shops really easy, and then he can get gloves with haste from the shops, and well, human can get these items too, and it's once you creep just like the Blade Master, I mean, it really can help you in the long run, and what items you get. So yeah, hopefully you guys are at the 15-second mark, and Priest Hard point of view, 1x speed. A sec, let me get this synced up for a sec. I'm turning my sound effects volume down for you guys so you guys can hear your game in my voice instead of my game on my computer. Okay, 15-second mark, Priest Hard point of view, 1x speed, on pause in 3, 2, 1, on pause. Alright, so yeah, like my first audio, I'm doing the same build. It's Sky's build. I normally do this build pretty much most of the time now, unless I'm building a farm, unless I'm building my second scouting farm on the outside of my base. Just because, you know, you pretty much get the same amount of gold like I mentioned in my last audio if you just micro your peons. Unless you spawn like top or bottom on a map, or like 100% east or west on the map where your gold mine isn't like slanted or diagonal, you don't need to micro your peasants when they're coming back with gold. And obviously you don't need to micro your peasants when you get 5 on gold, so the whole point of microing peasants is when you don't have 5 on gold and you just get gold faster. Just getting that out of the way. So since I spawn at a location where my gold mine is slanted at an angle, then you want to micro your peasants, especially when you're doing this build, because in the beginning of the game you have 3 on gold, and then you have 4 on gold, and you get 5 on gold kind of late, but it's not a big of a deal if you just keep microing your peasants. So yeah, another thing I've been noticing every time I play this map, like versing orc, if you get close position, then yeah, it's good. Versing Night Elf, in my opinion, since I don't really like doing tower rushes because I don't know, I just don't. I hate the fact of not taking, hate the fact of not X-wing, hate the fact of just tower rushing and relying on pretty much just like hero micro. I don't really like hero micro that much. I don't like running my Archmage around a lot, even though you have to. It's a must in most matchups, but a lot of times in tower rushes, I wouldn't say I'm like terrible at them, but I'm not good at them. So I plan to play different when I have to tower rush. So yeah, on this map, every time I versus Orc, you want to get close position versus Orc. You can either tower rush close position versus Orc, or you can, you know, when you get tier 2, you get your Mount King or Beastmaster or whatever you get, and then you can tower push. The closer you are to the Orc, the better an advantage you have, because your militia are going to be, when you send militia to his base and you get your towers, your militia are going to be there quicker, your buildings are going to be up quicker, you can probably cancel a burrow or his tier 2 just because you're at his base faster than he's at your base. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And like, what I've been noticing, every time I play on this map and I verse Orc, it's always like cross position. His position that he's at right now, if you see my peasant, is all the way across. Like, and every time I versus Undead or Night Elf when I want to expand, they're always right next to me, which I hate. Like, most of the time I get the worst positioning on this map. So yeah, I'm done complaining about that. I mean, you gotta play it out as a player, and complaining about it isn't gonna make it any better, but I guess the more and more games you play versus each matchup and each position that you get, then, you know, it's good. So if you saw what I did, I actually don't get Arcane Tower because I blocked off my base, which I suggest not to get Arcane Tower when you block off your base, because your tech's even going to be slower. And if you don't block off your base, if you plan to hide in your base with your hero instead of like running around the map with boots, then I just suggest to get Arcane Tower before you attack. But if you're blocking your base like I am, don't get Arcane Tower, because your tech will be even later. So yeah, I crept my mercenary camp and I crept my green. Not my green. I creeped the green right next to it, and then I'm creeping the shop. I get boots and dust. Dust to reveal if I'm focusing Blademaster, obviously, and dust just to, you know, use dust when I'm creeping. I don't want him to jack my creeps, man. So if you noticed, I got a Shadow Priest. Shadow Priest is pretty much I just get it so it's another unit for the Blademaster to focus. And also, if you see in this game, I mean, what I'm gonna do later in this game is that he's also very good to what I'm doing right now. He's also very good at creep the fountain. I mean, he does like pretty good piercing damage. I don't think it matters versus heavy armor, but I mean, it's just another range unit you can do while you're creeping the well. And one of the lot of mistakes that I do on this map, I always let the Orc creep middle in this map. You don't really want to do that. If you don't creep it before him and he's there creeping it, then you at least want to try and, like, you know, harass him a little bit. I'm not saying have an hour-long fight. Actually, it won't be an hour-long fight because he's Orc. Because Orc units just favor fountains because they have more HP. At least their tier 1 units have more HP than, you know, pretty much any other race in the beginning of the game. So normally in the beginning, like, under 4 or 5 minutes in, like, you normally don't want to fight Orc in the middle, but you just want to, like, pressure him enough to where he has to back off, or he has to at least, it slows up his creeping. If you feel doing this, then it's really bad because you really can't lose form in the beginning versus Orc. So yeah, once I actually get level 4, he finally starts to harass me. I think he was kind of confused on where I was at, and he did sell his TP. And if you look back at my base, he did stack his Blademaster like I was expecting him to, which most Orcs do on this map. They get 3 circlets. It really buffs up the hell out of this Blademaster, like, a lot, and he just does more damage. He has more life. It's just insane. So pretty much when you get level 3, or if you're whatever you decide to creep at level 2, since I decided to creep a little bit more than I normally do versus Orc, I decided to do this just because it's cross spawn, and yeah, just because it's cross spawn. I think if you harass too much and it's cross spawn, then he can creep a lot more while you're harassing him, and your harassing won't be as effective just because it is cross spawn, and your units get to his base a lot slower. So